it's also Jay here, back at it again with another video. Before we get started with this video, can you please like, comment, and subscribe? That would mean a lot. Thank you for watching this video. It means a lot to me. But as you guys can see by the title, I just made a new album. So basically, if you guys follow me on Instagram, if you listen to me on BandLab, SoundCloud, everywhere basically, I posted it on all platforms, on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, fucking Denzer, fucking anywhere you want to find it, you can find this album. I'm gonna put all the details in the bottom down below. It's called Frequency Change by Jay Rhymes. And I think that you guys will like this album. The last album I posted was in 2020. That's when I was just starting to make music on the DAW system that I'm using now. And I felt like, it was time to make an album. And, I had so many songs I could pick from. So it was kind of easy, to put the album together because I already had so much content already. I've been making music since I was 12 years old. And I've really been, grinding for 3 years, making music, straight, non-stop, just grinding, making music and, trying to produce and, make music for the collective of people. But what I wanted to, talk about in this video is I wanted to talk about, the name of my album, Frequency Change. So a lot of people would like, that cover name, it doesn't make sense. But once I, tell you about why and why I created the album, maybe you'll want to listen to it a little bit more. Sorry, I just got off of work, so if you always see me in this T-Mobile uniform, that's why. But the reason why I called it Frequency Change is because I felt like my music, a song from another song didn't sound the same. And, songs are frequencies. So, when you're listening to something, you're not just listening to music. You listen to a frequency shift, you know what I mean? When you listen to an 808 beat, it's a low frequency vibration. When you're listening to, meditation music, it could say 525 hertz. That's a frequency. And I felt like the songs that I put in the album weren't the same frequency. So you could listen to one song and get, a whole different vibe of that song, listen to another song and get a whole different vibe of that one. It could be slow, it could be high, it could be fast, it could be anything. And I felt like, that was why I called it Frequency Change, because I felt like I listened to one song and it sounds completely different from this song, but I like that, that diverse cycle of, how I did it. And that's why I called the song, or the album, Frequency Change. The reason why I made the song, the album, I'm sorry I keep saying songs, but album, is because I felt like it was just time to go down a different route and really see all my hard work be put into one little thing. There's 12 songs on the album from top to bottom. Most of them are like 3 minutes long, and some of them are explicit just because I added curse words in it and whatever not. But I think that the feel of this album is gonna be a little different. Speaking of Frequency Change, I just got an email, so I know I'm talking about the right thing. I think that, this album is special to me because I really opened up as an artist. I opened up as an individual, and I'm starting to, live in my truth. And I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but my album is live on Spotify. That's what it just told me. So, the reason why I felt so entitled to make this album, it was out of the blue. Something just told me it's time. And I just jumped on it and I did it. The reason why I felt so entitled is because I felt like I'd grown as an artist, you know what I mean? From coming from, listening to my old album and, seeing, I wasn't that, good yet. I wasn't really understanding what I was talking about. I wasn't really confident in what I was saying. Now I realized that, I'm more, I hate when people, look at me while I'm making a video. It's kind of weird, but now I feel like I'm more, educated within myself to know how I'm feeling, to make this song sound the way I want it. And I just really wanted to make a relatable album that people could really understand and feel and relate to. So that's why I really made the album. And like I said, I felt like I'd grown, and with growth you see your potential more and more as you start putting out work. Like, I go back to my old songs and I'll be like, damn, like, that shit was trash, but back then that shit sounded good to me. Because when you start growing, you don't realize the steps it takes and how good you're becoming until you look back at your old shit and you realize how much effort you put in, how much emotion did you put in, and you realize that as you get older, and if you do anything consistently, you're gonna get better. Like, that's what I realized doing music. No matter what you do, if you do it consistently, you're gonna get better. It's just like in a relationship. If you're not around each other all the time, you're not gonna know anything about each other. It's kind of gonna be like like you're strangers. But if you're around each other more often and you're but if you're around each other more often and you're talking more often, you're gonna understand each other better, and you're gonna it's gonna be like second nature. And that's how I feel about music. I feel like if you do something consistently, it's going to pay off. And paying off doesn't mean you gotta be successful. Paying off is just to know that you got better in your craft. You see what I'm saying? Like, people think, oh well, I still suck because I'm not here. I'm not at the level I want to be. But you are leveling up every day because you're consistent in your craft. You're consistent in what you're doing, so you're getting better. You know what I mean? And getting better gets you to wherever you want to go. It might not get you there fast, but it's gonna get you to where you need to go. Because if you didn't do that consistently to get to where you are now, how was you ever gonna get to that spot anyway? You had to, put in consistency, put in time, put in the work to at least get to the level you are now. Because now that you're at the level you are now, and you're 3, 4, 5 times better, now in a few years you'll be 20, 30, 60 times better. And then 2 more years you might be 100 times better, But you can't not, people like to, a lot of people like to talk and say, oh, I want to be famous, but they don't put no work in. Like, a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, James, like, you're so good, I want to work with you, blah, blah, blah. But they don't do this shit every day. And I hear it in their voice, and I don't sing with everybody. I don't sing with everybody because it's like, I know how much time I put into my craft. I want my sound to sound the way I want it to sound. And I'm very keen on how I want it to sound. And if you're not, dedicated to this the way I'm dedicated to it, and you're not consistently working on your craft, I don't want people around me like that, because I take this seriously. You might not have to take it seriously, but that means that we're not on the same level. I'm on a different level than you, or you might be on a different level than I am, blah, 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 blase, blase. But at the end of the day, consistency helps you see how better you have gotten. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't just do this 2 times in a, once a month and expect yourself to get better. I used to make 3 songs in a day just to see what I could come up with. Did I like that sound, or did I like that sound, or did I want to switch something up? And then I look at my old songs and I'm like, yo, I could have done that, and that. Because I hear the flaws, because I've grown and I've developed and I've understood the door system. I understood a lot of things, in that, in my craft. And, that's why, I really, at the end of the day, we're going to stop talking about that. But I just wanted to say, please go check out my album. It's Frequency Change, J-Roms. I think you guys will really like it. It's very different. I think that I put a lot of work into this one. Just because I wanted to show a different side of me, and I wanted to show a different, feeling, and I wanted you to embody something, that a lot of people, don't, put out. A lot of people just put out like dance music, and I have some songs like that, but they put out a lot of dance music, sex talk, all that shit, drugs. I'm not really talking about that in those songs. I'm really talking about like life and mental, and then how to change and how to grow and everything I talk about on here. So I think you guys, if you follow me, if you like my music, like I said, it's gonna be on every I can't talk. It's gonna be on every platform. And I think you guys, really, if you listen to how I talk, you'll listen to my music, and I feel like you like it. I think that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. That will help a lot. And please just go show some love to the boy. I've been working really hard trying to get things out, trying to get it to where I wanted it to be, and I think it's at that time where it's ready, and I think you guys are ready to hear something new. I'm also trying to plan a new music video, but I've been working a lot. I've been doing a lot of things, so I'm trying to figure out that. But if I find that a lot of people are listening to my music and that one song that starred on Spotify, I will make a music video to it. So yeah, peace.